Let's start on the mortgage market and the environment there, because falling mortgage rates is obviously good news for home buyers. It's just that few are probably in the mood right now to make some big purchases. From where you sit, what kind of shift in demand have you seen?
So we've seen, obviously, purchase activity fall way down, and we would expect that to continue to drop in light of the public health challenges we're all facing. But refinance activity, I think, will increase substantially. It's running 200 to 300% above where it was a year ago. So we'll see purchase volume go down, but I think we'll see a lot of demand on the refi front.
We know that overall this is different from 2008 because the virus is making good mortgages go bad. Companies can't pay their rent. They can't pay off their mortgages. They're firing people. People who don't have jobs can't pay their mortgages. So you have this possibility of a cascade of defaults. How much does the pending Phase 3 stimulus bill that the Senate just passed address these concerns specifically?
I think the government's really taken dramatic measures to try to assist homeowners and renters to make their monthly payments. As you pointed out, the housing market fundamentally is quite strong. Credit standards that have been in place for a while now have been quite good. And this is going to be a temporary problem. It's a serious problem, but it's a temporary problem. And the key is to make sure we can bridge people from where they are now for some period of time before the economy comes back and employment resumes.
So, Tim, I mean, when you look at the mortgage market, at least from the consumer side of the equation, I mean, you're talking about a situation where rates had been pretty low for anyone who had good enough credit to sort of get in the door, either buying a home or refinancing their existing home. When you combine that fact with the idea that there are a lot of people who are, frankly, are still a little scared of sort of what the future is going to hold, what type of effect do you think that could potentially have on home sales? Just the general idea that there might not be enough incentive for people really to go out there and look.
I think it's going to cause home sales to go way down. I was talking to one of the leaders of one of the country's biggest home builders, and they're trying to use technology to enable people to book online, to go see model homes, be able to get into the homes on their own without anybody else with them. And they're finding some modest success with that. But I don't think most of the market is really set up for that. I do think there's going to be a radical shift towards many more digital experiences. But I think in the short term, we're going to see purchase volume fall way down until people get settled with the idea that the public health crisis is behind us. We see reduced volatility in the stock market, and people feel confident that they should go out there and use those low interest rates to go out and buy homes.
Okay, so I mean, at the company that you're with now at Blend, I know that obviously you're doing a lot of things that are sort of trying to move the mortgage industry and the home buying industry more towards that digital future. I mean, we've gotten a lot of anecdotal evidence already about folks who were in the process of refinancing, having trouble even just being able to sign papers because of the social distancing needs and desires. Is this the type of event? I mean, just trying to find some sort of silver lining here. Is this the type of event that maybe sort of helps us leapfrog a little bit in some of our capabilities where we don't need to worry about these things 10 years in the future if there is some type of shock to the industry like we're going through right now?
Absolutely. I think everything in financial services, including the mortgage market, is going to become digital. It's going to be the ultimate resiliency for both businesses and for families and households. People want to be able to do things not just as a matter of convenience remotely, but they want to be able to do this in the event that there's a natural disaster or some public calamity like the one we're going through at the moment. So I think this is going to be a huge stimulus towards making everything about our daily lives much more digital than it is today.